right, final thing I'd like to show you is a little bit of upkeep on his next step of training. So he's already started some off-leash training work because he's real smart. And he's also started what I call place training, and that is where I can have a rug or a mat or a blanket or what have you initially. And I use that as a spot, as a safe spot for him to be. This comes in really handy with, you know, if you're out and about in a park and, you know, there's lots going on and he's a little bit overwhelmed, you want to put him in a safe spot so where he can, you know, kick back and watch and still see what's going on, but not be right in the middle of stuff. It's awesome when, you know, you have company at your house and, you know, if he's being a puppy running, tearing around, you can say, no, go get in your spot. And he's required to lay there and just kind of chill out and take everything in for a minute. It's come in handy for me in, you know, safety situations where I've got so much going on around me that the dog's just in general not safe, whether it be, you know, people running around being crazy or other animals running around. You know, if it's a situation where I need the dog to stay calm and, you know, they're getting worked up, this is all awesome stuff for that. So what I'm going to do with him is we start out, we do our basic obedience. A lot of this part is off leash. Just because I'm going to have to step away from him, so I'm just going to get him warmed up by having him follow me here. And then what I'll do is it's the same concept as a, he already knows he's supposed to be on there. It's the same concept as a stay, only he's going to stay on this mat. I'm using this mat as, you know, a symbol of this is where you're supposed to be. So generally what I'll do is I'll have him come over here. Come here, sit right here. Get over the good boy, sit. I'll put him in a down, stay. Stay. Good boy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here and hang out. And I want to see his body relax before I allow him to get up. So you stay. You can remind him as much as you need to stay down. If he pops up, you put him right back in a down stay. And what I would like to see in those situations is for him to stay here and not be worried about getting up. I don't want him on the edge of, you know, okay, when can I pop up and go? This is a relaxation time. This is a here, this is where you're at, and this is where you're going to chill. So, and this one is a, I guess we could say that there's no expected endpoint to this. He's waiting on you for a cue. Ideally, he would just kind of relax, maybe put his head down, maybe I'll have something that he can chew on, depending on the situation. Of course, we wouldn't want him chewing on a bone or something where there's other dogs that can take it from him, or kids to go reach down his throat about it. But yeah, see how he just kind of, he's going to flop over a little bit, get in a more relaxed position. He's still paying attention to what's going on, but he's not rearing to get up and go. Good boy. Let's see if he'll stay while I walk away. Stay. Good job. And you'll start out with his place training. You're going to start out with baby steps away. And then the more he relaxes and becomes comfortable with you being further away, you're going to take more and more distance. So that actually does two things for you. You're teaching him that he's supposed to stay in his spot when he has this mat or blanket or what have you, that he's supposed to be near. I've even had people use something as silly as, like, you know, a little circle mat that's just little. Come here. Come here. Sit. Down. Stay. It's just little, something small that just kind of signifies, like, this is what we're doing when this comes out. If you'd like, you don't have to use a mat. You can just do a prolonged stay. I just love this because as soon as they see it, they know, okay, I'm supposed to be sitting somewhere and hanging out until mom or dad tells me I can get up. So it did pop up a little bit for, come here, Zues. He's getting sick of me. So he's gonna jump up like this, and I'm just gonna put him back in this position. No, sit, down. And notice it's not a hard correction, because what I'm doing right now is I am pushing him to the point where his attention breaks. So we don't want to make it an ugly thing just yet. So we're not going to use, for the initial training, we're not going to use harsh corrections. We're just going to encourage him, like, look, you're fine here. You can hang out here. You don't need to be worried about what's going on. No, you leave it. The leave it command's a good one. If he starts to get concerned about what's going on around him, nope, leave it, you're fine. And exactly what he did, you want to see his attention come back to me or to you. And he's waiting for his next command. Good boy. He's relaxed. He's in a relaxed state. He's not on top of all of his feet where he can pop up real easy and go. He's not waiting for that moment where I break my attention where he can jump up and leave. He's just kind of hanging out with me, and that's what you want to see. All right, and then we'll use a release command. You can use whatever you want to. I use okay or all right, come on, or whatever. It's just more the tone. So whatever word you want to use to signify that is fine. There's bones in it? Happened. What's that? A hairy treat? But yeah, whatever command you want to use to tell him, like, you're free now, you can get up and go do whatever you want to, is fine. Ready? All right, let's go. Come on. All right, come on. Good boy. Good boy. And a little bit of confusion about getting up right there. But he will figure this out as we go. All right. Good job. And we'll go off, we'll do some other artificial obedience stuff. Good boy, watch here. Sit. Oh, probably a command that I didn't work on with you with the commands is the watch me command, which he naturally does if you have a treat. But that's a really good one to go back and get his attention, like, hey, pay attention to me, we're doing something right now. So we'll just take the opportunity to go over that. Zeus, watch me. Good. I usually point to my face. If he gets confused about it, watch me. Or he gets to where he's, looking at your treat only and not looking at your face. You want that, eye contact with him where he's like, what do you want? I'll take this treat. I'll show it to him. Put it next to my face to remind him where he's supposed to be looking. So he's looking in my hand. Right here, Zeus. Watch. Watch here. Good. You can't see his eyes, but I can. He keeps looking at my hand. So what we'll do is we'll say, okay, you get a tip of the treat. This is where I want you to watch. Right here. Good job. Good job. That's another one that you'll continue to work on. You'll try to make it longer and longer time. It just gives you that much more of his attention span. So we'll go back and do this place one more time. Right here. Stay. With the place, I like to use down primarily because he's not in a ready to go position. So, and he feels less vulnerable. He's like, okay, cool, I'm on my spot, I'm laying here, I'm relaxing. You have a lot better chance of that being successful in a down position than a sit, because in a sit, we're ready to go. We're still up, we're still paying attention. Laying down, remember, it's a relaxed time thing. It's a, hey, you're gonna chill out here for as long as I need you to. And it might be 10 minutes, might be an hour, we don't know, but it's something that we want him to be able to do for as long as we ask him to. So again, he's sitting up on all fours. He's up, ready to go. He's not really concerned about what I'm doing right now. Let's see, see how he rolls over? So what you want to see is that relaxed posture, that, okay, I'm settling in posture. And again, don't start this with him until you've had him for at least 2 weeks. This is like a next step in our training process. So I don't want you to be working on this stuff with him until you feel his obedience is down pat. Remember, we're not going to start the obedience until a week after he gets home in any kind of structured manner. And then the following week, if you're like, cool, yeah, we're doing great, then you're going to move on to this off leash and this place training. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy. And you can pet him, get him relaxed, get him to a point where he's like, cool, we're just hanging out together. That's what you want him to be doing here. Good boy. You stay. Nope, you stay. This one is kind of you're going to do it for 5 or 10 minutes and then move on to something else because they do get impatient. They do get kind of sick of it. You'll notice he's starting to get restless. So what I'm going to do is we're going to end on a good note with this. I'm going to ask him to stay here for a little while longer. I'm going to see him relax and chill out. Nope, lay down. Stay. Good boy. Nope. He says, I'm sick of this now. Just give me the treats and let me go. Down. Stay. All I'm waiting for him to do is just relax his posture. Down. Stay. This is where they really, really get to learn, is when they have to push through their impatience to make it happen. Nope. Down. Stay. he's still feeling a little anxious, like he needs to get up. Go ahead, put your head down. Relax. And now I sit here and I'll clean my toes. I'm almost there, buddy. I know. You get good play now. No, down. You stay here. There you go. No, you stay. You stay there. There, thank you. Good boy. See, I've settled in. I was a good boy. Now you're good to go. Good boy. Good job. All right. Place training 101 for Mr. Zeus.